I've come up with a way to totally eradicate this whole idea of rejection in sales. If it's over at hello, how the heck are you going to succeed in selling? You've got to rise above that and change your mindset.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Stump The Guru Show. It's Ari Galba here with Trust-Based Selling. And welcome to my usual listeners or watchers, viewers who tune in to this channel, this show every month. And to those podcast listeners as well. You can find this on Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're listening for a while, you know that our approach is a bit unique. We specialize in helping low volume, high margin businesses build immediate trust with their opportunities, their prospects, to be able to condense a sales cycle using a different way of thinking, a trust-based model based upon trust-based languaging and more of a doctor-patient conversation. But at this for now 25 years, can't believe it. And I thought what I'd do today is at least announce something we're really excited about. We just launched Ari AI, which is basically my brain times 1,000 on our own private AI repository system. It's 25 years of all my content, 17 million words that were never, ever made available on the internet. It was all in my files, and we built a whole system for ourselves, it's proprietary only. It's the only AI system in the world that's based primarily only on trust-based communication. Nothing else exists. You can attempt to ask for my name on ChatGPTs and other AIs that are public and try and have me write your emails, but you'll get very much a 10% out of a 90% shift when you're only accessing my public information. That's basically the average of what the system finds. But when you actually use Ari AI, it's actually me. It's my voice. It's me on video. You're talking to me live. We have members and users now who are using this for so many things, from changing their headlines with trust-based headlines in their advertising, role-playing live before an actual call, being able to rewrite emails back to lost prospects, recover them again, to think through really complex, what I call mission brief scenarios with clients that are very sensitive. It's essentially... It's hard to imagine, but imagine talking to me, but live through an AI system that actually is me. And I'm really proud of this. I didn't think I'd be living this long to be able to experience not only cloning myself, but adding a turbocharger to it. So I would encourage all of you listening or watching, you can now access and schedule a live demo at arigalper.ai. It is mind-blowing even for myself. We have people coming on board every day. We have folks who are scheduling demos, and our team is ready to walk you through a live demo. Do bring your own challenges on that demo. We'll test it live with you, and you can experience the whole difference of what it's like to have a single proprietary system based on trust. And you know, we're in a world right now where AI is very much mistrusted. And I believe that this is the only model and system available in the world that helps people build trust with other people. It's a trust-based languaging. It's all my material with the AI engine underneath it. So you have to experience this. So please do go to arigalper.ai, schedule a demo, and we'll walk you through it. Bring your scenarios, and I think it'll be a game changer for you. We have folks sending in messages saying that this is their third brain of their company now. It's their business partner they wish they had. It's having me in your pocket 24/7. It's pretty phenomenal. And we're using it for ourselves. You can use it also for multiple other reasons, from opportunities, writing your social media posts based on trust. It changes everything for your business. So please give it a try and do schedule a demo. You'll see on the screen here, arigalper.ai. Give it a try, and please let me know your feedback. All right, so we're here for the show where we have folks who can come on around the world anytime and jump on, ask me a scenario, a question. We'll do some live coaching, and then I believe Sam's on the line as well, my business partner, where he and I riff off of different topics I've been posting on LinkedIn or other social media areas, and we'll cover a topic today I think you'll be interested in. So, Steve, who do we have back there?
All righty. So as you can tell, I am representing the New York Knickerbockers because tonight is the Eastern Conference Finals with the Pacers and the Knicks. So I had to go business casual Still got the suit jacket with the orange, but we're repping New York today. I'm going to bring Gary on. Let me grab Gary here. Hey, Gary, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm sorry you're a Knicks fan, but hey, this is going to be a football game, not a basketball game, because they're going to play just as rough and tough as they are, Oklahoma.
You know what, Gary? I'm 52. The last time they won was the year I was born. I was born literally during the playoff run when they last won. I have seen nothing but misery for 52 years. It's been Knicks versus everyone my whole life. Knicks versus everybody. More importantly, though, is you. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, about your business, and let's get into your challenge with Ari, please.
Okay. My lifelong occupation, I was a pipe fitter welder and was fairly successful with what I did, was pretty well known and was very astute at what I did. That being that type of mentality, though, I'm very detail orientated and everything's got to be perfect. And I need to let that go in order to free me up to be able to speak as fluently as you do, because I'm one that feels I got to have everything in place before I can start, because that was what all my welds were X-ray welds. They had to be perfect. So I'm used to having everything in line perfect before I start. In 2008, my wife and I lost a ton of my retirement money.
Well, Gary, let me ask you a question. What's your business now? What do you actually do, so everyone knows?
I now have started a financial services. Okay. And I got into this because I'm self-educated on how to preserve what I had left.
Beautiful.
And now I'm driven, as a veteran, I'm driven to help friends, neighbors, and relatives. And I've been doing that and became certified and licensed to help do this, to provide.
Great. Okay. So what today is the challenge you'd like some help with?
The challenges I come up with, though, is getting leads. Now I've now obtained a lead provider that looks very lucrative, going to match me to what I'm doing, because I live in a rural area. Well, I live in a country area, very small, close knit type scenario, little house on the prairie type of thing. And so I've been very patient trying to do some service work, getting myself known through the community, and it is starting to pay off. So with that, I have ascribed to your program for quite a while now. And but however, this plan provider has their own scenario, and I'm trying to blend in the two so that and it's leading me. I want your opinion on how I can blend some of the things what they've got.
So have they given you a bit of a script, a talk track of some sort when you meet with someone? Is that what they gave you?
Yes, much like your truth-based questionnaire that you. Okay. I got several versions. I got it way back when there was only 8 questions. Now there's 11.
Sure.
And I love what you say. I really do. I love your opening about the one. Hi, first name. I wonder if you can assist me for a moment or two, or is this a bad time?
Yeah.
Okay, that is pretty much my standard lead in, no matter where I go.
Good. Where do you go from there?
Okay, where do I go from there? It was just a bad time for you. Most of the time, they'll say, "Well, who's this calling?" And then I will say, "Oh, my name's Gary. I'm with Krieger Financial Services, and here's where I got to blend in some of what they're doing." I want to blend into. I'm with Krieger Financial Services. That you filled out a request for some financial information. You remember doing that? Because they seen an ad on television.
All right, so freeze right there.
Okay.
Let me help you with that one phrase there.
Yes.
So rather than saying, what you can say is, I have a note on my desk that you reached out. I'm recording this. You don't have to write it down. This is all recorded.
Thank you.
Just listen. I have a note on my desk here that you had reached out for some help around some financial challenges or questions you might have. And I'm just giving you a call around that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a little softer and more personal.
Yeah. Okay. And
Then
now,
you answered an ad, obviously. So then they're going to recall and go, what was that? And hopefully they recall that. And do you actually do they submit any information at all in advance or not?
yes, to me they do. I mean, what they filled out, if that's what you're asking. And I
Yeah,
was,
good.
if you were the client and asking me that, I said, well, don't you remember a little squirrel running around doing some math? I mean, that was what the ad was, or that they saw.
Oh, okay. But did they actually submit their actual problem in advance or not?
No.
Okay. So to start with financial challenge, then use that phrase.
Yeah.
Then you say, do you recall that? And they hopefully will say, okay, yeah. Then you say, I'm just giving you a call to see if you'd be open,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
to some help around your situation.
Sure.
Can you tell me a little about what's on your mind?
Yes, and then I'm going to go back into your questionnaire about. Well, tell me a little bit about that. About your education, what your challenges. I have it pretty much printed out here in front of me, right? But I'm very familiar with the rest of the questions.
Perfect. Okay, good. So you're just missing that little bridge, sounds like.
Yes.
Beginning.
So I just needed that little help with how to bridge into what they have provided and what they've answered into what scenario that you have come up. And I love it.
Perfect.
And so if they continue to say, no, I don't remember, and then I will slide into this. Well, it's no problem. Why don't I take 40 seconds to explain while I'm calling? We can have that chatting to pause, or
Well, I rather than you pitching, I would say explain. So just to let you know, Michael, I'm thinking name. I note that somewhere along the way in the last couple of weeks, you submitted a request or a form to get some help regarding financial challenges. Do you have any financial challenges or questions at all?
Okay. Gotcha.
So just get right into the conversation rather than circling the wagons, because they won't be very patient with you. So just go right into what are there specific challenges or questions or concerns you have right now about your financial situation?
Yeah. Well, I think I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, that if they still are receptive, no, I didn't do that. I don't want nothing.
That's different.
A brush off. Yes. They're trying to dump me or brush me off.
Well, the truth is they may not remember.
Yeah.
They're not brushing you off. The truth is they just don't remember. So the goal is to get to the truth. So you can simply say, do you remember that at all, that you requested some help with a financial question?
Mm-hmm.
If the guy goes, absolutely not, I do not remember a thing, then hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't remember a thing. But you can try and prompt him. You can say, well, I'm a financial advisor. You reached out somewhere online for some help with a question. I was given your name and your details. Do you have anything you need like some help with? Just go with that wide opening phrase, and let's see where they sit. Okay.
Very good. I like it. I'm going to get a recording of this, because I'm not.
Absolutely. Yeah. You'll get the recording.
Right. See me looking over here. I'm writing like mad trying to.
You know what'll also help you is REAI. If you get a demo of that, you can actually role play with it. It'll give you more insights whenever you want, right from your computer. So great to see you again. I'm glad you came on the show.
Well, and I just saw this arigalpo.ai, and we've had AI for a long time. I mean, these stupid cell phones, you start typing in a question or something, it does it for you. So we've had it for a while, but it's.
But this is different because it'll be me working with you whenever you need it. So get the schedule a demo, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ari, very much. Thank you.
Good to see you again. All right. So we're back to the Stump The Guru show. Welcome those who are just chiming in now. We are live. Lots of folks around the world are listening to this, or many do listen afterwards on all their podcast channels. And we're just today's show is exciting because we just launched REAI, which is 25 years of all my work now in a private repository where you can access me coaching you in real time 24/7. And it is mind blowing. You have to get a demo of this and check it out. So do go to arigalper.ai, schedule a demo, and be prepared to be blown away with what's possible to give you a competitive edge and weapon in this commoditized economy. It's a huge benefit for so many people now. So do give it a demo try. So Steve, who else is back there? Anyone else?
I've been trying to help get Derek. Derek, if you're watching live, stumptheguru.com, and I will let you in when you appear. So there's been a couple people in the back end, but no, I've got Sam right now. I'm going to bring Sam on instead. So
all right, we can pull Derek in if you can get to that website.
Yep, Derek comes in, I'll let you know.
Yeah, and, no problem. Hey, yeah, hey, there's Sam. How's it going, Sam?
Hey, Ari. Hey, Steve. Hey, Ari. One of the things that's always really helped me, and I think a lot of the people you coach to think, is that the doctor-patient relationship. That's always so powerful, right? And especially when it comes to, if you're ever lost as to what to do or what to say, think to yourself, what would a doctor do in the situation? And here's the crazy thing, is that people realize that if they start dispensing some kind of medicine before they've actually identified the medical history or a diagnosis, well, someone's going to go to jail, really, if you're a real doctor. Now, despite that, Ari, people still struggle with doing that approach. So in other words, they feel subservient to customers. We've been trained that the customer's always right. And even though a customer will come in, and a lot of times, they've been on the net, they know stuff, they feel like they're in control. And you're right, it's a commodity, right? So what tips do you have for people to diffuse that and gently bring it back to the fact that, hey, listen, I'm the doctor here, you're not. And because they're going to want to come in sometimes like a bull at a gate. Tell me this, tell me that, give me some medicine. That's the approach. What would you suggest in that regard?
Well, look, it's a real deep-seated psychological issue that most experts have, in that they have this deep need to prove themselves, to flex, to educate. It's what I call the expert syndrome, where when we meet somebody who has a problem, we immediately want to show them we can solve it, to prove to them we're for them. It's almost like this wound that we have to heal with the other person to make us feel that we're worthy of their respect. And the irony of the whole thing is that the prospect really doesn't want to learn about how to solve the problem. What they want to know is, can they trust you or not? So as you know, in our work with clients, we work with them to give them permission to let go of stop educating, stop doing free consulting, stop providing answers. Now, even though they ask you for those kind of questions, there are ways to redirect the conversation back to their problem, which is where they want to begin in the first place. So to help folks who are listening now, and this reminds me of one of my favorite testimonials I got from one of my clients sent over this video, and he says to me, Ari, the most important thing I learned from you was to shut up. And he was serious about that, because he's been trained in the know, like, and trust model, where his job was to engage, to build chemistry, share ideas, talk about case studies, to do his thing. And I taught him I said, stop doing your thing. It's not about you. It's about the patient. It's about your prospect. Then we taught him, of course, our one call sale model. And now he's let go of that burden on himself to have to convince someone or show someone that he can do the job. Because here's the irony of the whole thing. Your prospects cannot judge your efficacy or cannot validate your credibility until after they're a client, not before. All they can see is your presence online and your profile. How will they know you can do a good job or not? So your job is not to prove to them that you know your stuff. Your job is to prove to them you understand their problem. And that's the shift. Once people can get that shift away from solution-centric thinking to problem-centric thinking, and they can do a deep dive inside the other person's world, stay in there until they hear, how can you help me? Then the shift actually happens, Sam. It's a long-winded answer, but it has to go through a transformational process to reach that point of being centered in yourself.
I love that, Ari. You're right, because I mean, people they've been educated, they've done their degrees, and they think, yeah, I know my stuff, and I know better than the next person. But the problem is, everyone's thinking the same thing. So you're right. I think it's this need for us to show people that we are the experts, but not only that, we're better than other people at providing this service. So listen to me. So and that approach is not working.
That reminds me, I'm part of a business group, and we have this app that we're all on, and there's thousands of members in there. And just a couple of days ago, a new member jumps on and says, "Hi, I'm your I'm your expert in this area for the whole group." And we're like, "Huh?" Like, there are a lot of experts to do what you do, and this is a commoditized world. So stop telling us you're the expert. Why don't you talk about what problems you help us solve? So I think a lot of us are on the illusion that somehow our offer and services are unique. We still think that we're special. Now, you are special people. You are especially uniquely different because God made you different. But your offering and what you do unlikely is unique enough to be a category of one. Okay?
Oh, you're spot on.
It's just the world we're in right now. So you are being shopped. So if you in any way attempt to try and prove or flex to somebody or prove to them that you're somehow different than everybody else, it's over, because that's perceived as you trying to sell to them. That's why our whole philosophy is you letting go of the sale and trying to convince them to choose you. But instead, like you said, be the doctor, take them through the quote MRI machine and help them see the truth of their problem and the impact of it.
Yeah, so true, Ari. Thanks for that. That makes it all a lot simpler.
And that leads us very much to actually, I think I see Derek in there. You want to bring Derek in, Steve? That'd be great. Let's hold Sam. Let's pull Derek in so we have time for Derek to come back with him.
Absolutely. So we had an issue with the link. For everybody that's knowing, go to LinkedIn in the thread for the live stream. I've updated with the direct StreamYard link for folks to get in. Our forwarding link got borked somehow, but I'm going to bring Derek on, and then I've got Gabriel after that. So let's start with Derek. It's because it's the Knicks. I know why everybody's showing up today, man. Everybody's showing up in Knicks pride. So I'm going to bring on Derek, even though they all hate the Knicks. I'm going to bring everybody on.
No, Steve, truth be told, good luck to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson's great. I was a fan in the 90s during the Starks and Patrick Ewing days. Very painful. So good luck.
Very painful. I was at way too many games. I'm way too old to have. I lived that in my late 20s, not my early 20s. So, but more importantly, let's get you with the question with Ari, and we'll keep rocking. See, Ari, the Knicks are bringing you good luck with Stump the Guru today. It's all meant to be. We've got more coming in.
Hey, Ari. So we know each other. So just for the audience, so I'm in enterprise SaaS sales, dealing with environmental health and safety software. I guess my question is, my software touches a whole bunch of people, different departments, personas, and things like that. And one of the things when you're dealing with multiple people is you run into something called change management, because they have a particular solution, they've been used to it, and the biggest competitor that you have is the status quo, and they say they just want to stick with what they currently have. So I'm wondering, in your case, how do you deal with change management using the mindset languaging where, because at the end the leadership says, I don't want this project to fail, I don't want to look foolish that this software isn't going to be adopted properly. They know there's gaps, there's issues and stuff like that, but they're going to be held responsible for other people that are going to be using this. So I don't know if you have any thoughts around that or how to approach that too.
So are they convinced then that their current solution is negatively impacting them because it does not fulfill their needs? They're convinced they got to make a change, right? At least they got that part down.
They're convinced they have to make a change. Yeah. So that's not the issue here. It's the change management. Yeah.
I got it. So when they say to you, okay, yeah, we want to do this, but we're concerned about the implementation process and people adopting it, right?
Right.
Do you show them a roadmap and a change management process roadmap to show them what your process is to ensure everybody adopts it? Or do you just talk about your process?
We have a document where we talk about our process, integration, training, onboarding, things like that.
That's not what I'm talking about, a document. I'm talking about something like this here.
This is my manager.
Yeah, because I had this situation to me happen all the time, early days. People come to me and say, Ari, how, if we train our sales team on this, how do we know they're going to adopt it?
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I have a process in place for this to ensure that they will. Let me walk you through it. So I pull something like this out. This is the same one, but it's like it. A physical roadmap. This is and yours might say implementation and whatever, and you just show them phases each phase of the process. Phase 1, we'll do a lab demo. Phase 2, we'll talk to each user. Phase 3, we training. Like, you got to show them visually the process that you have in place to give them the sense of confidence that you have a formula that will not fail. Right. See, what they're worried about is their people not adopting it. What they need to see and have assurances is you have a bulletproof roadmap process that will always succeed if you work with them to follow it. They need this to go around the executives, say, hey, look, they got this. It will be okay. We'll be okay. Look, they got the roadmap. We're going to be safe. Yeah. Yeah. You need to create one of these.
I do. Yours is big.
well, that's the key. You have to. That was when I met people live in my conference room. But if you meet people physically, you have to laminate it and make it extra large. And you got to put it in here. I'll show you. Into like a white tube like this, like an architect, and put it under your arm. And you walk in the meeting and you say, let us walk you through what our onboarding and implementation process looks like. And you lay the whole thing out on the table, and every head goes, wow, what is that? Damn, these guys are very engineered, very structured. They have thought through everything. Oh, I feel so much better now.
Yeah.
People need structure to trust you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you think it's better to do something physical laminated than versus, a PowerPoint one slide?
Well, if you're virtual, then obviously you can't be physical. So if it's virtual, you have it on a PDF or a slide so you can animate each stage, right? If you're physical, you bring it with you.
Okay. Got it. Yep.
That's certainly the missing link for you, Derek.
Yep. No, we can certainly do something like that visually.
Do that and then bring it back and show me. Or you know what? Run it by REAI and show it to REI. It'll analyze it for you without seeing me.
Okay.
Yes. You can talk. It'll build your roadmap automatically. Just talk about what your steps are. It'll come up with the process just instantly. You do a demo. You'll see for yourself. It's pretty interesting.
Okay. Will do.
All right. Good to see you there.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay. All right. I think we have someone else back there before we finish the meeting today.
Yep, we do. I'm going to bring on Gabriel, and I believe Jamie's here also. So we might have two more. So we're running longer, but that's
We'll squeeze them in. Now, especially for Jamie. He's a VIP.
Absolutely. Right, but let's get Gabriel on first. He's been super patient and dealt with bad links. Hey, Gabriel, how are you doing today?
Howdy, y'all. Thank you so much for having me on, and good to see you, Mr. Gallup here. It's great to be here.
Thank you.
My head principal got me onto a lot of your content. You might know him, Noel Swain. He did a lot of classes with you in particular. I'm reading one of your sales books right now, but my question kind of revolves around, obviously, my age. I'm a baby in the finance industry. So given my age and lack of experience in a lot of significant financial matters that might pop up with the older demographic, what specific strategies or approaches that you might recommend to help me build a strong financial foundation now so I could achieve my long-term goals in this industry?
Has somebody said to you, you're too young, I can't work with you or trust you?
It's not exclusively. They've mentioned my age a lot of the times when I'm starting these client meetings with my head principal, but nothing like that has been said.
So the issue is not them. The issue is you. In the back of your mind, there's something in the back of your mind saying to yourself, I'm not worthy yet to get to the level of respect as Noel because he's older than me. Something inside, a voice inside of you is saying, hey, I'm too young. I'm not experienced. I would like you to erase in your mind the idea of your age and the idea of your experience. I'm going to ask you one question. Are you technically capable right now to solve the problems of these clients? Do you know what to do with them with the help of Noel?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the problem? So you can solve their problem now. So what I'm suggesting to you is I want you to let go of the obligation that you feel to prove yourself to these folks. And instead, if you sense that they're uneasy with you, then just stick with the problem that they have and show them how you can help them solve that problem. But don't worry about your age unless if you told me everyone's saying to you, I can't work with you, Gabriel, you're just too young, then that's a different issue because they just have a problem with that. But I think instinctively they'll respect you if you don't consider that to be an issue and just focus in on their world. I know it's not like an answer you might be looking for to solve the problem, but I think a lot of it is internal in the back of your mind, that you're not worthy enough for these folks. Now you've all the certification you need, right?
Working towards the CFP right now, but that's the one thing I'm trying to get.
That's fine.
So all
you'll
the
have
other ones I have.
That's cool. So you're almost like you have everything most advisors have except for the CFP, right?
Yes.
So what's left? I'm trying to get to you, just help you see this. Are you seeing what I'm trying to go with you on this?
Yeah, and when going to conferences, when going to meetings, it's something that's ambivalent in the room. It's not said, but it's implied.
I understand.
And
A lot of it is self-confidence as well. Okay. A lot of it is you walking taller and with that self-confidence to know no matter what age you're at or what people think, you can help them solve that problem.
I am 6'6", so it's easy for me to get spotted.
Okay. I'm 6'2". Good. But look, I think the answer for you ultimately when your career here to build that trust with people, regardless of your age, has to do with how good you are at articulating and understanding their problem. Okay, because here's where you get the respect from people. You get the respect when you help them see gaps in their situation they haven't seen on their own. They respect you when you help them see the impact of their problem. They respect you when you're the only one who does deep dive inside their world, and they say to themselves, "Man, he's young, but he gets me. He understands us. I feel comfortable." They are hiring you and working with you based on an emotional decision, not rational. It's how they feel about how you're handling them. Okay, they might see you and say, "Yeah, the guy's a bit young," but that's like the first checkbox. But then from there, they want to see what you can do from that point forward, right?
Yeah.
So I would suggest doing a deep dive in our work around what I call the one call sale, where it gives you languaging and questions to ask that build respect with them right away and have them trust you right away, regardless of any other circumstance. That's probably the piece you're missing, and that you can get through RAI now just by logging in and asking questions. Yeah, you can actually ask it this question, and it'll tell you exactly how to manage it.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much. That's fantastic insight, and thanks for kind of peeling that layer back. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being open to sharing that. A lot of young folks live with this sort of burden on their back, saying, "I need to wait and climb the ladder first before I can arrive."
Mm-hmm.
You've arrived, man. You have totally arrived. You've done your work. You work with a great guy. No, you've got your certificates, whatever. You got what you need. The rest is up to you to know how to convey that to them. It's the last mile you're missing. And I think you should get a demo of that RAI and with Noel if you want. And guys, run the scenario through that and see what the answer is. It might blow you away.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much for the time. I really, really appreciate it.
Right. Come on back if you want anytime, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So we're on the last one, right, Steve? And we've got to wrap it up from here.
Yeah, Jamie, I'm calling you, brother. I don't see you on camera. I see your background. I emailed him. He wrote back, but
okay. All right.
We'll say his name
no
three
problem.
times like Beetlejuice. We'll see if Jamie appears.
All right, we'll see if it appears. If not, we'll wrap it up at the moment. And hopefully you're all, as you're listening here, catching the theme of all the questions today. And that is being able to cross over from your world to their world. That's where trust is created. When you do a deep dive inside their world and you let go of your own needs and you have languaging to bridge the conversation where they feel comfortable opening up to you and telling you the truth. And that's been the essence of my work for the last 2 decades. And I'll just say it one more time. If you haven't gotten a live demo yet of RAI, I'd recommend you schedule one because it is mind-blowing to have a live 24/7 coach, it was me, with you to be able to work with you as a partner virtually on your whole business growth, everything regarding marketing and sales, selling, emails, your website, rewriting it, social posts. It is going to blow your mind once you see the live demo. Bring your scenarios, go to arigalper.ai and give it a try. It's going to really change your whole way of thinking about how to grow your business, especially now in an economy where trust is the ultimate competitive advantage. So on that note, we'll say goodbye for now. Hopefully, if you're listening, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Signing off for now.
I've come up with a way to totally eradicate this whole idea of rejection in sales. If it's over at hello, how the heck are you going to succeed in selling? You've got to rise above that and change your mindset.